Ryan Reynolds is one of the most recognizable actors in Hollywood thanks to his role as Deadpool. But so many of his roles have already been forgotten by many, so without any further ado, here are some really surprising roles of Ryan Reynolds you never knew about. Captain Excellent in Paperman.
And until you prove otherwise, I feel compelled to be on hand.
His only friend lives in his imagination.
You didn't die.
Reynolds has a resume filled with many acclaimed blockbuster films, but the only film he would rather not talk about is Paperman. Paperman focuses on Jeff Daniels as a writer desperately trying to be successful and relying on a childhood imaginary friend, Reynolds as the made-up Captain Excellent, in order to find the support he needs. The film received negative reviews from critics, and what's amazing is that Reynolds often admits and talks about films that were simply doomed or simply terrible, such as the case with Paperman. His 2011 superhero flick Green Lantern, in which the actor appeared, also got negative reviews from critics, and Reynolds admitted to Entertainment Weekly in 2018 that he never even saw the final theatrical cut of Green Lantern. What do you guys think about Green Lantern and Paperman? Did you like them? Let us know. Michael Bergen in Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Doctors, this explains a great deal. It turns out that I've ingested my own.
Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place is a TV sitcom with a simple storyline that didn't last long. The show followed two graduate students who worked at a pizzeria and were close to their upstairs neighbor. The series, however, had an amazing sarcastic vibe, mostly thanks to Ryan Reynolds in the starring role. If you haven't seen it, we highly recommend it. If you have, tell us whether you liked it down in the comment section below. George Lutz in the Amityville Horror. The original Amityville Horror from 1979 is often said to be one of the best horror flicks ever. The story is amazingly adopted, it has that old-fashioned horror vibe, and the 2005 remake starring Ryan Reynolds is surprisingly better than its predecessor. The Amityville Horror was an enormous hit at the box office, bringing in $86 million on a budget of only $4 million. Most critics gave negative reviews, but that didn't stop the film's following sequels, and it's safe to say that the Amityville Horror remake from 2005 has become a horror classic starring a pre-Deadpool Ryan Reynolds as George Lutz and Melissa George as Kathy. Mike Connell in Adventureland. Adventureland follows Kristen Stewart and Jesse Eisenberg as two teenagers who decided to work for the summer at a local amusement park in the 1980s. The film certainly has its qualities, even though it didn't reach the success it hoped for. In order to pay for a course, James Brennan, Jesse Eisenberg, starts a job at an amusement park. He meets his coworker, Emily, Kristen Stewart, and falls in love with her, but a series of unfortunate events follow as they try to get past them. Reynolds plays the cool parks technician at the amusement park, and he absolutely pulls off the role very well. Again, Adventureland is absolutely worth seeing. Richard Messner in Smoking Aces.
Is that who you was here for? Israel? Huh? I guess we both got beat out there, didn't we?
Ryan Reynolds plays the role of Richard Messner in the movie Smoking Aces, and the film focuses on Jeremy Piven's character, who's a magician and gets involved with some dangerous criminal groups, while Ryan plays the role of an FBI agent who is supported to protect the magician until he uncovers his deep dark secrets. Male nurse in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Marijuana.
Ryan Reynolds is often called the king of GIFs. That's probably because of his confused "but why?" This is certainly the most popular and used GIFs on the internet, and you probably wonder from which movie does Ryan Reynolds' "but why" GIF comes. Well, after appearing on TV shows like The X-Files, Reynolds acted on ABC sitcom Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place in the late 1990s, which, as we previously said, didn't last long. His next bigger role was in 2002's Van Wilder, where he co-starred alongside Kal Penn. This GIF is taken from the 2004 comedy Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, where the two lead characters dress up as surgeons while visiting a hospital in which Reynolds is the nurse. When Harold and Kumar are made to operate on a victim because of confusion, Kumar asks the nurse to bring in some pharmaceutical marijuana. Ryan Reynolds' character simply takes off his mask and asks, "Marijuana? But why?" And that's how "But Why" GIF was born. Reynolds' appearance in the show was short but clearly significant. Will Hayes in Definitely Maybe.
It's your birthday cake.
Oh.
And I baked it.
You baked it.
Reynolds plays Will Hayes in the rom-com Definitely Maybe. Will is going through a divorce, and when his daughter asks him about life before marriage, he uncovers 3 different stories about 3 different romances he had with 3 different women. The thing is, he never uses any names, so the viewers and the little girl need to guess who out of these 3 women is his wife. The film is something that the new generations will find quite different from the other films Reynolds appears in, but this is certainly a role that Reynolds had mastered well before appearing as Deadpool. Chris Brander in Just Friends. Just Friends is an American Christmas romantic comedy drama directed by Roger Kumble, and the script was done by Adam Tex David. The lead actors: Ryan Reynolds, Amy Smart, Anna Faris, Chris Klein, and Christopher Marquette. A perfect casting does exist. In the film, Ryan Reynolds plays the character of a handsome-looking young guy who was not quite handsome and had some difficulties back in his high school days. The film was released way back in 2005, and as you can clearly see, Reynolds went through a long process of makeup and complete transformation in order to capture the look of Chris Brander. You'll be surprised to know that the number of hours the actor took to get ready for his unrecognizable look in the movie: 4 hours. It took the makeup department 4 hours to make Ryan look like this. Paul Conroy in Buried.
You let me out of here and I'll cut off my whole goddamn hand if you want.
You have wife?
Yeah, I do. And a son. I have a young son, and I want to see them again, please.
Most people know Reynolds as the sarcastic guy who talks anything with a high dose of self-confidence no matter the consequences. He just speaks whatever pops into his head. It's a quality that's only gotten more noticeable when the actor got to play the character of Deadpool. However, as we previously saw, Reynolds has played a bunch of more complicated roles. These films also include the negatively criticized Green Lantern and The Change-Up, but the actor was doing more challenging parts in projects like The Voices, Mississippi, Grind, and The Captive. The roles Ryan played in these films just prove how amazingly talented he is, and he's far from just that sarcastic dude from the Deadpool. One of the best films Reynolds ever played in, which is also the film that made him famous in the field of amazingly talented actors, came in 2010 and is named Buried. Directed by Rodrigo Cortez, Buried follows the story of Paul Conroy, a truck driver encased in a coffin placed underneath the ground. Paul has several tools such as a Zippo ladder and a phone with limited battery life, and with these tools, he'll try to find out a way out of the coffin. Through a series of phone calls, Conroy tries to get out and find out more about why he's at the place he is. Buried is definitely worth a watch. Mitch Planko in The Change-Up. Ryan Reynolds is one of the most striking faces of Hollywood. The Canada native made his first debut in 2002's comedy National Lampoon's Van Wilder, and before that, he appeared in the TV series Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. What's really amazing is how a single role can change the way we look at an actor. For instance, whenever you watch Reynolds in every movie, interview, and social media interaction, he's Deadpool. Before starring as the sarcastic hero, Ryan Reynolds played alongside Jason Bateman in a comedic film about 2 best friends who have completely different lifestyles. Reynolds' character is one that loves partying and plenty of ladies, while Bateman's character is all settled down with a family and stressful job. The 2 friends then switch bodies after a drunken night together. The comedy film got a lot of negative reviews, but the flick is, however, enjoyable to watch. Which is your favorite Ryan Reynolds role? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.